The Red Stars sold over 16,000 seats for their game against the Courage. That's more than any announced crowd for a Fire game this entire year. And maybe that's because the Fire have struggled. But a bright spot is their forward, CJ Sapong. Perhaps CJ has been successful because he's found a way to keep his body and mind right throughout the season. He likes to float, something he enjoys so much that he's also told his teammates and his fellow Chicago soccer stars like Sarah Gordon to get them on board. And they have. And here's why.
Started a little bit with my nutrition, but then I looked at ways to also help my body recover. And floating was something that popped up and was pretty interesting to me.
I think that there's so many, different methods of recovery. Some people don't even realize like they have anxiety. It's just lots of thoughts running through your head. I think that with floating, it brings you right to the part of your mind that you need to confront, because it's like you and in a float.
Tanks at Float 60 contain anywhere from 1,000 to 1,400 pounds of Epsom salts. And the tanks are warmed to 94 degrees to match your external skin temperature. So when you get into that water, your body feels as though it is resting on a cushion.
Once I got in that space and felt that self-awareness and that own inner knowingness, I'm getting recognitions, understandings of things about myself that I probably wouldn't be able to get just being out in the world with all these different distractions and all this different noise.
For me at least, when my mental game started to change, when I started meditating, and as I've been floating, my performance on the field completely took a turn for the better.
CJ and Sarah both float often, as do their teammates, but they feel this practice should extend to other sports as well.
I think I would say football. You see a lot of the stuff with the CTE and I grew up with a lot of my friends grew up playing football, and it's a sport that requires a certain mentality, and they become really conditioned from an early age, so that they're taught to forget about the pain and push it away.
I would say track, because I think that it's such a mental sport where your mind has to be right, your body has to be perfect, and so it's like floating is a great place to become, understanding of your mind and your body.
So a first-time float is $90, but they do have membership offers and other options like cryo, infrared saunas, and dry float tanks. We'll be right back to wrap things up after this.